from the given database, you should enter the purchase order of the 3 states as the products and the number of products being ordered are arranged accordingly on a different worksheet. So we are going to be having different worksheets, okay? So we are going to be having different worksheets. So how do we go about it? Now they said we should sort each state accordingly, that the products ordered by each state should take a different spreadsheet. So now let's sort the states accordingly. Now for you to filter your work, we can achieve this by doing filtering, okay? That's the easier way we can achieve that. I know we can also sort according to the state, then we select and put it on another spreadsheet. But I wanted us to also look at the filtering tools and how it works, okay? All right, so we can, let's click on this tool, deselect all. So let's select the first, let's select, okay, let's say Delta states, okay? Let's select Delta first. We now say okay. And now, okay, we now say okay. You see that it has filtered data. It has filtered just that particular state we want, which is Delta. Okay, let's assume you wanted more than one state. Maybe you want Delta and Lagos, and you checked both. You say okay. You see that to select just Delta and Lagos states, okay? So that is the filtering, automated process. So use it to output your array based on your selected, based on a certain criteria. And what is that criteria? The criteria is what we are doing now. Okay, the criteria I want to exhibit here is that I just want, give me only Delta. It's only Delta I want to. Give me that Delta. That is the criteria I've given to it. And it has given me, it has outputted the array, the data array I want. So now what I need to do, I just highlighted this, select it, left click, and I say copy. I copy it, I open a new sheet, I click on this worksheet, and now say, now Control V, or I click and select paste. I paste my work here, okay? So now I've gotten the database for only Delta state, okay? That is it. I can name it, double click and name Delta. Let's say Delta, okay? And that is that, okay? Now let me open another worksheet, 1, and another worksheet, 2, because we have 3 states. So these 3 worksheets represent the 3 states, okay? Now let's go back to our data. Let's click on escape to deselect it. Now let's still go to that Excel. Let's still go to that filter. That is the state column, okay? Click on the filter, but I hope you can see my mouse. Now let's uncheck this one. Let's check just Lagos, okay? Let's have Lagos now. We have unchecked Delta and we have checked Lagos. Now said okay. Since we have okay, then we can carry out our function here before we copy it, okay? Now because the question says that what they wanted from us is that from the given database, enter the purchase order of the 3 states as the products and the number of products being ordered are arranged accordingly on a different worksheet, okay? The products, this is the products, and the number of products, which is the units, are arranged accordingly, okay? So now now that we have selected Lagos, okay, let's click on this. Let's carry out a custom sort on this. Let's say find custom sort, okay? Now we want to sort this according to the products A to Z, and another level of sort. Let's say we are sorting the units, okay? That is the number of products, okay? from smallest to largest as well. Okay, we said okay, you note that the product has been sorted accordingly, as well as the what, as well as the units sorted there accordingly. Okay, so we are going to select, highlight this, the whole of this table, right click and copy. We are going to paste it here in this second sheet. Now say Ctrl V. Okay, we have pasted it. Double click to expand. Okay, so this particular table has been sorted accordingly. Okay, now let's we have actualized that on this. Now let's come to the same table. Let's escape. Now the second table, let's look for the that of rivers. Okay, still go to that column C. We have check this and uncheck Lagos. So, and we now said okay. Now let's sort that of the column and the unit, which is the number of the purchase made. The question says the number of products being ordered, which is now the units, are arranged accordingly. So we are looking at the products and the number of products being ordered are arranged accordingly. Okay, so now we are going to use our custom sort. So we are going to, okay, the products, okay, the units, smallest to largest. Okay, now let's say okay. So it is being arranged accordingly. Okay, so now let's highlight this, copy, and let's take it to this other sheet. Let's Ctrl V. Okay, so now let's call this rivers. Double click or right click and rename, say rivers. We are naming the sheet as rivers, and this other one we are naming it as what, Lagos. Let's double click, let's say Lagos. Okay, so we are going to work on this data again because we didn't do it when we copy. So let's delete this particular table and redo it again. So highlight, right click and say delete. Now delete said shift cell left, shift cell up. Okay, shifting it up, say okay. So everything goes off, everything on that sheet including its format goes off. Okay, all right, so now let's go back. Let's come to this same state column. Let's highlight delta, uncheck rivers and say okay. So we have our delta now. Okay, click anywhere in the cell. Let's go to our custom sort. Okay, we are sorting the product and the units accordingly. Okay, smallest to the largest. Let's say okay. So it is being sorted from the smallest to largest. Now let's select, copy, come to the delta column. You can say right click, paste spatial. Okay, paste spatial. Then you have your data here. Okay, so we now have the table of the different data, but there's something you need to note. These serial numbers are not in accordance. Okay, since we just added it to the sheet in order to know the number, so it's not necessarily an ID, so we can renumber it to make our work look neat. So now let's highlight this, let's click on this, let's say 1, number the second one 2. Okay, so you just select this 2, then double click and it numbers accordingly. Okay, now let's go to the next cell, the next sheet. Let's number the first one 1, 2. So we'll be able to know the number of record on each of the states, the purchase order made accordingly. Let's double click, it numbers accordingly. Okay, same on this, let's say 1, 2. So let's highlight the first and the two, double click, and it numbers accordingly. So here we have 13 records. So look at some of the records are here. So let's double click, let's format the table properly. Okay, so we have 13 records on in River State, and we see the number of products being ordered and who ordered it. Okay, so this same record, let's format it accordingly. Okay, so we have how many records here? We have 24 for Lagos State, and then this one, let's format accordingly, double click. So we have 6 accordingly. So thank you very much. We'll be able to explore on this. Okay, in order to go back to where we came from, or you can come back to this state and you check all. By checking all, you see have your complete record. So let's, in order to have it the way we had it before, you can come here. Let's do sorting. Let's sort this column. Let's say we want to sort from smallest to the largest. Okay, you see it affected the rest of the record. Okay, which is now accurate, which is how we wanted it. So in order to remove the filter button, you can go back to your sort and filter, the arrow down, and click on filter. By clicking on it, it now removes the filter button. Okay, so this is your initial table. Okay, we have used this table to explore. So if you look at this, we now have our different states, and by so doing, we have been able to explore the question that says that from the given database, enter the purchase order of the 3 states as the products and the number of products being ordered are arranged accordingly on a different worksheet. And that is what we have actualized so far. We have entered the states, and in each of the states we are able to note the products and the number of products that were being ordered accordingly. Okay, it was being listed accordingly.
Thanks for being with me thus far, and ensure you don't miss out in our next class. Share this link to everyone around you so they can be part of this free online training. If you don't need this package today, remember that others might, as more educational content will keep reaching you from this channel. Once again, I remain Deborah from Devitech. Don't fail to subscribe for notification on our upcoming videos. Thanks and bye for now.